Welcome back to our channel, English with Ethan. Today's video is not just motivation. It's a wake-up call. If you feel like time is slipping away, if you know deep down you're meant for more, then stay with me. Because today, we're talking about how to stop wasting your life and start living with purpose. Let me ask you something. Are you truly living or just surviving? Because there's a painful truth no one talks about. Most people are not living their lives. They're only watching time pass. They wake up tired. They scroll through hours of meaningless content. They do work they don't care about. They dream big, but do nothing. And slowly, without realizing it, they are wasting the one life they've been given. Not because they are bad, not because they are lazy, but because they are asleep while standing. So today, this video is your wake-up call. You don't need permission to change. You don't need a perfect plan. What you need is this: a deep reminder that your life is priceless and time is running out. Lesson 1. Time is not coming back. Every second you waste is a piece of your life gone forever. Let's begin with the truth nobody teaches in school. Time is not money. It's more valuable than money. You can lose all your money and make it back. You can fail in your job and get another one. You can end a relationship and find love again. But time? Once it's gone, even 1 second, it never returns. And here's the scary part. You don't know how much time you have left. You may think you have 70 years, but some people only get 25, some get 50, some don't even get tomorrow. That's why this is the first and most important lesson. If you waste your time, you're not just wasting minutes, you're wasting your entire life. The silent thief. How most people lose their lives without realizing it. Do you know how people waste life? It's not through big events. It's not some big accident. It happens silently. It happens in the small choices. It happens in the everyday moments you ignore. Here's what a wasted day looks like. You wake up and lie in bed for 30 minutes scrolling your phone. You say, "I'll start later," and never start. You spend hours watching others live their life on social media. You say yes to things you don't care about. You avoid doing what you know you must. You end the day tired. But you did nothing that really matters. Now imagine this one day, repeated 365 times. That's 1 full year of your life. Gone. Not with fire, not with noise, but with distraction, delay, and emotional sleep. You're not lazy. You're just distracted. Let's be clear. You're not lazy. You're addicted to distraction. In today's world, you are being attacked every second. Endless social media feeds, constant notifications, useless entertainment, mindless gossip, 24/7 content overload. And every time you choose distraction over direction, you train your brain to waste your own life. Ask yourself honestly, how many hours have I wasted this week doing things that didn't help my growth? Be honest, no shame, just truth. Because if you can't face this, you can't fix it. Why do we waste time? You're not broken, you're human. Here are 4 real reasons why people waste time. 1. Fear of starting. We delay important tasks because we're afraid of failing. 2. Lack of clarity. We don't know what to do, so we do nothing. 3. Comfort addiction. Growth feels uncomfortable, so we avoid it. 4. Emotional numbness. We distract ourselves to avoid pain or emptiness. But here's the good news. You can take back control, starting today. Real-life wake-up call, the nurse's story. A nurse named Youre worked in palliative care. She cared for people in their last days of life. She asked them, "What do you regret most?" The number one answer was, "I wish I hadn't wasted so much of my life. I wish I had lived true to myself, not what others expected. I wish I had done the things I truly wanted to do." These were people who had days left to live. They had money, they had memories, but they couldn't buy more time. Their one wish? To go back and use time better. But by then, it was too late. You don't have to reach that point. How to stop wasting time. A step-by-step guide. Let's be practical. Here's how to take control now. Track your day honestly. Take a notebook. For one full day, write down what you do every hour. You'll be shocked. 2 hours on phone. 1 hour overthinking. 1 hour talking about people. 3 hours in shallow tasks. Only 1 hour spent on actual growth. Awareness is the first weapon. Use the deathbed test. Ask this question. If I was dying today, would I be proud of how I spent this week? If the answer is no, change your week. Because one day, that deathbed moment will come. And what you do now decides how you feel then. Build a no-waste morning routine. Start your day with purpose, not your phone. Instead of checking Instagram, do this. Sit in silence for 5 minutes. Write down your top 3 priorities. Move your body, even just a walk. Remind yourself, this is the day I don't waste. Start strong. The first 60 minutes decide your energy for the whole day. Say this mantra daily. Before you begin your day, repeat, I don't have time to waste. I was not born to survive. I was born to live fully. Train your brain with truth. Create a life progress list. Instead of a to-do list, ask, did I learn something today? Did I help someone today? Did I take a step toward my dreams today? If you say yes to these, your time was not wasted. The final truth. You're already running out of time. Right now, as you read this, your life is ticking. That's not to scare you. That's to wake you up. You're not too young. You're not too old. You're just in time. But only if you act now. You don't need a new year. You don't need perfect motivation. You need one thing, a deep decision to stop wasting your life and start honoring it. Because in the end, you won't regret the things you failed at. You'll regret the life you never fully lived. Mini action for today. Delete one app that wastes your time. Spend 15 minutes alone thinking about your future. Take one bold action, even if it's small. Say it out loud. Today, I took back my time. Today, I started living on purpose. Lesson 2. You were not born to be average. Stop playing small. Let's be honest. Most people are not living the life they truly want. They are living the life that feels safe. The life that feels acceptable. The life that makes others comfortable. They walk through life hiding their light, their dreams, their voice. They do what is normal. They follow the rules. They do what everyone else is doing. And slowly, they kill the most important truth. They were never born to be average. Look around you. The world is full of average. Everywhere you go, you'll find people who set small goals because they're afraid of disappointment. Work jobs they hate just to survive. Stay silent in rooms where they should speak. Say, I can't, before they even try. Choose comfort over growth every single day. But here's the truth. No one wants to say, comfort is not peace. Average is not safety. And staying small is not kindness. It's fear. You weren't born to fit into a box. You weren't created to live and die without shaking the world in your own way. If you feel something inside you saying, "There's more to me than this," that's not your imagination. That's your soul trying to wake you up. The lie you've been sold. Be realistic. From childhood, society teaches us, don't dream too big. Don't stand out too much. Play it safe. Be realistic. Know your limits. But here's the truth. Being realistic is what average people say to excuse their fear. Do you think Elon Musk was realistic? Was Oprah being realistic when she broke every barrier? Was Nelson Mandela being realistic sitting in prison for 27 years for his people? No, they were not born to be average, and neither were you. What does average really look like? Let's break it down. Working a job you hate for years because it's stable. Being around people who drain you but not leaving them because it's complicated. Living with daily stress but never changing your lifestyle. Waking up tired, uninspired, and stuck, but doing it again and again, always waiting. Someday I'll start. This is not life. This is a slow death. And the longer you accept it, the harder it becomes to believe you can escape it. But hear this loud and clear. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not your fear. You are power in human form. If you choose to be. Real-life story, The Broken Guitarist. There was a man who loved music as a child, but his parents said, music is a waste of time. So he studied engineering instead. He got a job, bought a house, lived a quiet, stable life. But every day he walked past his old guitar. Every time he felt a pain inside. He told himself, it's too late. I'm too old. I have responsibilities. Maybe in another life. One day, at age 55, after a small heart attack, he sat down, picked up that dusty guitar, and cried. Not because he had no time left, but because he had spent his entire life being average, when he knew he had something great inside him. Don't let that be you. Why you must refuse to be average. Here's what happens when you accept being average. Your soul gets smaller. Your dreams become a memory. You shrink your life to fit other people's limits. You die with potential still inside you. But when you refuse to be average, you walk differently. You speak with fire. You take risks. You inspire others to wake up too. And most of all, you finally feel alive. How to break the average mentality, step by step. Write this down. What is my real dream? Forget what your parents wanted. Forget what society says. Ask yourself, what do I really want to build? What impact do I want to leave behind? What kind of energy do I want people to feel when I walk into a room? Be honest, even if it scares you. Take the first small step, immediately. Don't wait for confidence. Action creates confidence. Want to speak better? Make your first video. Want to write? Start a blog today. Want to be fit? Go walk for 30 minutes now. Want to build a business? Start researching and writing your ideas. The dream will never become real if it stays in your head. Build a no-average environment. Follow people who make you feel uncomfortable. In a good way. Cut out people who always say, be practical. Protect your energy from complainers, gossipers, and quitters. Create a space that reminds you daily. You are built for greatness. Say this mantra every day. Wake up, look in the mirror, and say, I was not born to be average. I don't need permission to dream. I don't need everyone to understand me. I will not waste this gift of life hiding who I really am. The world doesn't need more average. It needs you fully alive. The world already has enough people who gave up. Enough people who said, this is just how life is. Enough people who accepted their chains as comfort. What the world needs now is you. Not a smaller version, not a quieter version, not a version that hides to fit in, but the real you, the bold you, the one who dares to dream wildly. Because when you show up fully, you give others permission to rise too, and you finally stop wasting your life by finally living it. Mini challenge for today. Stand up, close your eyes, say this out loud. From this day, I stop living small. I stop waiting. I stop apologizing for being different. I will be the person I was born to be. I was not born to be average. I was born to be extraordinary. Then go do one thing, even a small thing, that proves those words are true. Lesson 3. Overthinking is the enemy of action. Stop thinking, start doing. Let's be brutally honest. Overthinking is the invisible prison that most people never escape. It doesn't chain your hands. It doesn't lock your body. It traps your mind. In fear, in doubt, and in delay. It makes you feel like you're being productive. But in reality, you're just stuck in a loop, doing nothing, while convincing yourself you're preparing. What is overthinking? Overthinking is not just thinking a lot. It's thinking without movement. It's when your brain becomes a spinning wheel. What if I fail? What will people say? Is this the right time? Am I good enough? Should I wait for the perfect moment? And so you do nothing. You wait, you plan, you research, you wait more, you talk about it, you worry, and you wake up weeks, months, years later, still in the same place. Overthinking kills more dreams than failure ever will. Let me ask you something. What have you stopped yourself from doing just because you couldn't stop thinking? A project you wanted to start, a person you wanted to talk to, a skill you wanted to learn, a business you wanted to build, a story you wanted to share. You didn't fail. You just never began. And that's the most painful kind of failure, the one that comes from doing nothing. Real-life example, the painter who waited. There was a young woman who loved painting. She painted beautiful landscapes as a child. But as she grew up, her inner voice became poisoned with thoughts like, "There are better artists than me. No one will care about my work. What if I post it and people laugh? Maybe I'm not good enough." So she never shared her art. She stopped painting altogether. One day, she saw an art gallery full of basic modern work. And she cried, because what was on that wall was not better than her. It was just there. Someone else had the courage to show up. And she didn't. That's what overthinking does. It makes you hide your light, while someone else, less talented but more fearless, takes the stage. The trap of the perfect moment. This is one of the deadliest lies. I'll do it when I'm ready. I'll start when everything is perfect. I'll wait until I'm more confident. But confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after. You don't become a great speaker by thinking about speaking. You don't become a strong person by thinking about the gym. You don't become fluent in English by only planning to practice someday. You become strong by stepping into the storm, even if your hands are shaking. Clarity comes from doing, not from thinking. Why do we overthink? Because our brain wants safety, not success. It's wired to protect us, not push us. Fear of judgment. We imagine what others might say, even if they're not watching. Fear of failure. We believe failure is shameful, not educational. Fear of making the wrong choice. We'd rather freeze than risk making a mistake. Fear of not being good enough. We tie our self-worth to a perfect outcome. But these fears are not facts. They are stories we create, and we can rewrite them. How to kill overthinking and take back your power. Let's stop playing around. Here's how to take real action. Use the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Send the message. Clean your space. Take the first step. Open the book. Start the task. Don't give your brain time to create excuses. Just move. Don't wait for motivation. Build momentum. Motivation is a feeling. It's not reliable. Action creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels motivation. Action, confidence, motivation. Not the other way around. Start small, but start. Set a 5-minute timer. This one works like magic. Say to yourself, I'll do this thing for just 5 minutes. Once you begin, your brain will start flowing. You'll go far beyond 5 minutes. The hardest part is starting. Accept imperfection. Progress over perfection. Overthinkers chase perfection, but perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Start messy, start broken, start with fear. Just start. You'll improve as you go. Create a do it now list. Each morning, write 1 to 3 things you're avoiding. Then say to yourself, if I don't do these today, I'm choosing regret. This mindset trains your brain to take control. Speak this mantra when you're stuck. Say it out loud. Thinking won't change my life. Doing will. I don't need perfect. I just need to begin. Repeat until you move. You're not tired. You're paralyzed by thought. Most people say, I'm tired. I feel lost. I'm overwhelmed. But often, they're not tired from doing too much. They're tired from thinking too much and doing nothing. Action clears the fog. Movement breaks fear. Doing builds identity. You don't need more books. You don't need more time. You don't need more thinking. You need a deep decision to move. Right now, right here, with what you have. Because you can think yourself into a cage, but only action will break the lock. Mini challenge for today. Pick one thing you've been overthinking for weeks. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Do it, even if it's messy, awkward, or imperfect. Then say, today, I broke the loop. I stopped thinking. I started living. Lesson 4. Comfort is the enemy of growth. If you stay comfortable, you'll stay stuck forever. Let's speak the truth that most people avoid. Your dream life doesn't live in your comfort zone. It lives on the other side of fear, pain, and effort. But comfort is seductive. It feels warm. It feels safe. It feels like peace. And yet, slowly, silently, comfort kills your potential. What is the comfort zone? The comfort zone is not a physical place. It's a mental state where everything is familiar. Same routine, same people, same job, same fears, same excuses, same results. In the comfort zone, nothing really hurts, but nothing really changes either. It's like living in a beautifully decorated prison. You're not in pain, but you're not free. Why most people never leave their comfort zone? Because it feels good enough. I don't hate my life. I have a job. At least I'm not failing. Things are okay. But okay is not the same as alive. You were not born to exist. You were born to evolve. And evolution doesn't happen in ease. It happens in struggle, stretching, and becoming. Real life story. The man who stayed safe. There was a man who worked the same job for 22 years. Every morning, same coffee, same drive to work, same chair, same emails, same problems, same paycheck. He didn't hate his job, but he didn't love it. He once had dreams of starting a business. He loved photography. He wanted to travel. He had books full of ideas. But he stayed safe. He said, "It's too risky. What if I fail? What if it's too late? I'll try next year." One day, he was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. Lying in the hospital bed, he told his wife, "I wish I had at least tried to live the life I dreamed of, but I was too comfortable. And now, it's too late." Comfort is not peace. It's quiet suffering. People confuse comfort with peace. But peace is when your heart is free. Comfort is often when your soul is quietly dying. Comfort says, "Don't start the gym. You'll embarrass yourself. Don't speak English. People will laugh. Don't leave the job. It pays the bills. Don't start the business. You're not ready." But your heart is screaming, "Please, let me grow. Let me live. Let me try." Every time you ignore that voice, you die a little more. Growth hurts, but it heals you too. Let's be honest. Growth is uncomfortable. You'll sweat. You'll cry. You'll fail. You'll get rejected. You'll be judged. But guess what else? You'll get stronger. You'll become wiser. You'll build confidence. You'll discover your real power. You'll feel alive again. The pain of growth lasts for a moment. The pain of regret lasts for life. How to break out of the comfort zone. Step by step. Do one uncomfortable thing daily. Make it a rule. Every day, do one thing that scares you or challenges you. Talk to someone new. Wake up early. Speak English even if it's broken. Say no to someone. Ask for help. Try something new. Small discomfort equals big transformation. Use the 5-second rule. When your brain says, "Should I do it?" Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Don't give fear time to speak. Action kills anxiety. Create a pain versus comfort list. Write this down. If I stay in comfort, what will it cost me in 5 years? Lost dreams. Same job. Same stress. Same self-doubt. If I choose discomfort, what will I gain in 5 years? New career. Better health. Growth mindset. A life you're proud of. Now ask, which pain am I willing to live with? Because you will face pain. The pain of effort. Or the pain of regret. Say this daily affirmation. Stand tall. Say it loud. I do hard things. I'm not afraid of discomfort. I was born to evolve. I choose growth, not safety. My future is bigger than my fear. Remember this powerful truth. Discomfort is the price of freedom, and you are worth paying that price. If you stay comfortable, you'll die with potential still inside you. The world doesn't need another comfortable person who never tried. It needs you, fully awake, fully alive, fully courageous. Don't let your future self look back and say, "I could have done so much more, if only I had dared to be uncomfortable." Because comfort might feel good today, but growth, that will make your entire life feel meaningful. Mini challenge for today. Pick one thing that makes you uncomfortable. Do it today, even if it scares you. Then say to yourself, "Today, I became bigger than my comfort. Today, I grew stronger." Lesson 5. Your circle is controlling your future. Choose people who build, not break. There's a truth that can make or destroy your entire life. Your future is shaped by the people you spend your time with. Not your talents, not your luck, not your intelligence, but your circle, the voices you allow around you. Because the people around you are either fueling your growth or feeding your destruction. They are either whispering, "You can do this," or they are laughing, "Who do you think you are?" The human brain is contagious. Here's a fact most people ignore. Your mindset is contagious. You become what you're surrounded by. If your closest 5 people are Lazy, negative, complainers, small dreamers, time wasters, gossipers. Then slowly, without noticing, you start lowering your standards. You start talking like them. You start living like them. And one day, you look in the mirror and say, "How did I become this?" The answer is simple. Your circle shaped you. Real life story. The dreamer who was surrounded by doubters. There was a boy who dreamed of becoming a filmmaker. He told his friends, and they said, "Be realistic. That's not a real job. You're not special. You're from a small town. People like us don't make it." So he stopped. He went to college for something safe. He worked in an office, 9 to 5, staring at a computer. But every night, he watched movies and cried. Not because of the story, but because he gave up on his. Years later, he met a new group of people. One was a musician chasing gigs. One was a YouTuber creating content. One was a painter working on commissions. They had no backup plan, just belief. And in that new circle, he started to believe again. He picked up a camera, made a short film, posted it. Today, he's directing ads, short films, and building his dream because he finally heard voices that believed in him. Look around. Who's controlling your belief system? Ask yourself, do they clap when I grow? Do they speak about dreams or only drama? Do they challenge me or keep me small? Do they make me feel alive or ashamed? If your circle doesn't stretch you, if your circle doesn't support your boldest version, then your circle is your cage. The dangerous lies of a bad circle. Toxic people won't say, "I'm trying to ruin you." Instead, they'll say things like, "I'm just being honest. I'm saying this because I care. Don't get your hopes too high. Don't change too much. You're acting different." But here's the truth. They fear your growth because it exposes their comfort. If you rise, it forces them to reflect. And most people would rather hold you back than face their own limitations. What does a powerful circle look like? Surround yourself with people who read books, set goals, speak with fire, want to grow, encourage your efforts, celebrate your wins, speak possibility, not fear. These people make you uncomfortable, but in the best way. They remind you of who you're becoming. How to build a circle that elevates you. Audit your current circle. Take out a piece of paper. Write down the 5 people you talk to most. Now answer. Do they grow or gossip? Do they lift or limit? Do they love or envy? If someone always drains you, it's not normal. It's poison. Reduce time with dream killers. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to block them. But you can create distance. You can protect your energy. You can stop seeking their approval. Not everyone deserves access to your future. Find people who live the way you want to live. If you want to, speak fluent English, join English groups, communities, or clubs. Start a business, follow entrepreneurs, listen to startup podcasts. Get fit. Surround yourself with fitness-minded friends. Be mentally strong. Connect with people who push their minds too, even if they're online, even if they live far, even if they're strangers now. Like minds find each other. You just have to start looking. Become the person you want to attract. You attract what you are. If you want a high-vibe circle, work on yourself. Be kind. Be ambitious. Be inspiring. Be consistent. Become the kind of person that great people want in their life, and they will find you. Say this to yourself every morning. I don't need the approval of small minds. I don't shrink to fit in. I rise, and the right people rise with me. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to become. I choose my circle like I choose my future, with clarity and courage. Your circle is either your prison or your power. Every day, your future is being shaped by the voices you allow around you. If you're stuck, if you're shrinking, if you're doubting yourself, maybe the problem isn't you. Maybe the problem is your environment. You don't need 100 people who believe in you. You just need a few souls who remind you. You're meant for more. Keep going. You're not crazy. You're courageous. Choose them. Build with them. And if you can't find them yet, be that voice for yourself until they come. Mini challenge for today. Call or message someone who inspires you. Tell them, "Thank you for being someone who helps me grow." Then, take a quiet moment and ask, who in my circle needs less of my time? And who deserves more? Start adjusting your energy, like your life depends on it. Because it does. Lesson 6. The clock is ticking. You don't have forever. Let's end this journey with the most brutal truth of all. You are running out of time, not in a scary way, but in a deeply real and honest way. Every second, your life is moving forward. And once it's gone, you can't get it back. Time is the only thing you can't earn more of. You can make more money. You can rebuild your health. You can find new friends. You can even start your career again. But you cannot buy another year. You cannot borrow another decade. You cannot rewind the clock. Every minute you waste in fear, doubt, laziness, or regret is a minute you will never get again. Most people live like they have forever. They say, "I'll start next year. I'll get serious one day. When the time is right, I'll do it." But let me tell you something heartbreaking. There are people lying in the hospital beds right now who would give everything they have for one more month. They don't want money. They don't want fame. They don't want luxury. They want time. And here you are, with time in your hands, wasting it on things that don't even matter. Real-life example. The girl who waited too long. There was a girl who dreamed of writing a book. Every year, she said, "I'll start when life slows down, when I feel ready, when I have more time." She turned 30, then 35, then 40. The dream never left her, but she never started. One day she was diagnosed with cancer. Lying in bed, weak and tired, she whispered, "I thought I had more time, but now I just wish I had started when I said I would." Don't let this be your story. Don't die with your story still inside you. Time is not the problem. Your priorities are. Everyone has the same 24 hours. Elon Musk has 24 hours. A single mother has 24 hours. A millionaire and a homeless man. Both have 24 hours. The difference? How they use it. And what they choose to fight for. You say, "I don't have time," but you scroll for 2 hours. You gossip for 1 hour. You watch shows for 3 hours. You sleep in because you're tired. No, you're not out of time. You're out of urgency. When you realize time is short, everything changes. You stop arguing with small people. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop worrying about what others think. You stop chasing validation. And you start asking, if I died in 6 months, would I be proud of how I lived this week? If the answer is no, then change it. Today. Time regret is the worst kind of pain. Do you know what people say most on their deathbeds? "I wish I had been braver. I wish I had spent more time with people I loved. I wish I had chased my dreams. I wish I hadn't worried so much. I wish I had lived a life true to myself." Not one person says, "I wish I had watched more Netflix." I wish I had bought more stuff. I wish I had impressed more strangers. In the end, all that matters is, did you live fully, or did you just exist? How to live like time actually matters. Let's not waste another second. Here's how to shift. Create a deathbed filter for every decision. Ask, would this matter if I had 6 months left to live? If not, let it go. The drama, the fear, the procrastination, it's all fake. Live urgently, live honestly. Replace I'll do it later with I'll do it now. Later becomes never. Do the thing now. Start the business. Write the post. Apologize. Call your family. Book the class. Speak English. Apply for the job. Start the habit. Every day you wait. Someone else with less talent is moving ahead with more courage. Use the one life rule every morning. Say it as soon as you wake up. This is the only life I get, and today is part of it. Let me not waste this gift. Say it. Feel it. Live it. Keep a death clock on your wall. It sounds dark, but it's powerful. Put a countdown of your estimated lifespan. Every time you look at it, remember, this isn't forever. I don't have time to waste on being average. Use death, not as fear, but as fuel. Say this every night. Before bed, ask, did I use today like someone who values their life? If yes, smile. If no, promise to do better tomorrow. And then do it. You're not waiting for the right time. You're wasting the only time you have. The truth is, you're not stuck. You're not behind. You're not unlucky. You're just waiting too much. Waiting for the perfect day. Waiting for more confidence. Waiting for someone to push you. But no one is coming. You are the alarm clock. You are the wake-up call. You are the fire. And if you don't move now, you might not get the chance later. Final challenge for this video. Write a letter to your future self. Start with, I don't want to die with regret. So starting today, I promise. Then, write what you'll finally start doing. Today. Put it somewhere visible. Read it every morning. Let time be your teacher and your greatest motivation. Final words of this journey. Your life is not a rehearsal. This is the show. Right now, this moment. Don't let it slip through your fingers in the name of fear, doubt, or comfort. Stop wasting your life. You have too much inside you. The world needs your story, your courage, your voice. Start now, not tomorrow. Now let me ask you something from the heart. How much longer will you wait? How many more days will you say, tomorrow? How many more dreams will you bury in silence? How many more years will you spend just getting by? You were not born for average. You were not born to live the same day 10,000 times and call it a life. You were born to break cycles, to rise above, to speak your truth, to live with purpose, to leave something behind that says, I was here and I mattered. And if no one ever told you this before, let me be the first. You still have time. You still have a choice. You still have a fire inside you that the world hasn't seen yet. But you have to move. You have to decide. Because one day, there will be no more someday. So promise yourself, starting today, you will no longer live in fear. You will no longer waste your precious time. You will no longer wait for permission to be great. You will stand up. You will show up. And you will become the person you were always meant to be. If this video opened your eyes or touched your heart, hit subscribe and become part of a community that believes in growth, in truth, and in second chances. Share this with someone who's wasting their life. They need this wake-up call too. Drop a comment below. Starting today, I will not waste my life. Say it, declare it, and live it. Because remember, one day, your story will be over. Make sure it's a story worth telling. Now go out there and live like your time matters, because it does. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.